Alright, hello again. Hopefully you guys can hear me, whoever is going to watch. We are going to go ahead and try Unreal World a second time. I've played around with a little bit more. I think I'm a little more competent at playing this game than I was yesterday. Still a lot, I don't know, still a lot I'm going to learn. So if any of you people have any suggestions or anything like that, please put them in the chat window as I play live here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and create a character here, and we're gonna go ahead, instead of doing easy like I did my first time, we're gonna go ahead and go custom here, and I'm gonna go ahead and call my guy. I'm just gonna go ahead and call him, instead of Zaxter, I'll call him Zaxty. Zaxty. Sure. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go Zaxty. We're going to go ahead and hit enter. And the cool thing here is when you create a character, rather than just going easy mode and having it all done for you, you get to have a lot more control over exactly what kind of character you're making. So you get to kind of play to the strengths of how you want to play, how you want your character to be. And you can do random here, but you can choose a culture here. And if you want to know more about these cultures, you can click here, and it'll talk about, as the animals spread on the surface of the earth, some of them felt an urge to travel to the north, while others settled down near the Great Lakes and watercourses, and some never left the forest they were born into, places they started to populate, and et cetera, et cetera. And then you can read about all these different cultures. How's it going, Brian? How you doing? I don't think I've ever seen you in a stream, so welcome to my live stream. You want to let me know if you there is a little bit of a delay between the time you type something and when I see it. So by me showing you the chat on my monitor in the live stream, you'll kind of see when your message actually shows up to me. So feel welcome, feel more than free to go ahead and put any kind of comments or questions you have, and I'll try to answer them. Keep in mind that I'm very new into this game, so I don't know a whole lot. I've only played a couple 3 hours at this point, which is very new for this kind of a game. I mean, there are people that have been playing this game for years and years and have hundreds of thousands of hours into this game. So, I like this game so far, though. I think this is going to be a game that I eventually end up having hundreds of hours into. I like it that much. So it's just really deep. There's so much you can do. And for a single-player game, I mean, there's not many games this deep. I mean, keep in mind the developer for this game has spent 24 years adding content to this game. So anyway, we are trying to create our character. We're trying to figure out what culture we want to be from. And here it tells us basically that the different cultures are divided into the northern people, the eastern people, or the western people. And I can click on any of this stuff and find out more about that. So if I look at the more northern people here, we'll see that they live in the northernmost part of the world, as you can expect. They do speak a language of their own. They have common ancestors with the rest of the Unreal people. They have some typical features that set them slightly apart from the southern people. They are somewhat smaller, usually darker, so you can imagine they're a smaller kind of a person, darker skin, and are considered to have some supernatural abilities. All of the northern people dislike swords and fighting. So they don't like to fight. So you can kind of see the people of the Kayaka tribe, the Owl tribe, or the Seal tribe, and you can read more about these three different kinds of people. So the Kaka tribe, they have, I don't know how to pronounce these. I'm just saying Kaka, black-throated diver, and they live in small cottages, earning their daily life by fishing, hunting, and reindeer rearing. So if I want to go back to the northern people, look at one of the others, I can look at the Owl tribe, and I can read all about these guys. Now, I've already actually done this, but this is how you would read about all these different kinds of people. They have small reindeer herds for this Seal tribe, and it looks like they are really probably good at like fishing and stuff like that. So we're going to continue going back to the cultures. We're going to go to the eastern people here, take a quick look at these guys. Now, the Kamoset, they live on active hunting and fishing, and they can spend weeks alone in the wilderness tracking and stalking their prey. And they're well known for their Kamala spear, which is specially designed for hunting big animals. That kind of sounds like the kind of guy I want there. So let's go ahead and go back here. And if you read about all these, which I've already done, you can take a quick look at all these when you play the game. So have you played this game at all, Brian? And I'm going to go ahead and exit that. So I pretty much decided here that I want to go ahead and go with this guy because it looks like these guys are really strong as well. So I'm going to go ahead and click this guy. This game is really, really deep, and there's a lot to learn. I tried a live stream when I first played it yesterday without, I just tried jumping in, and I was overwhelmed. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. So I think I have the basics for what to do. And the cool thing about this game is even if you're kind of new like me and you feel overwhelmed, you can always, hit your escape key. There's always help available to you. So as soon as I click that culture here, the Kamo Laning, I can choose male or female. So let's go ahead and be a male. And here I get to choose kind of what I look like here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll be this dude. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click that. And choose a season. Well, I probably want a lot of time before I actually enter the winter months, so I'm thinking spring would be good. Give me more time to actually maybe build a shelter for myself and, kind of get set up before winter hits and I start freezing to death. I don't want to be out, in the wilderness when it starts snowing and getting really, really cold without some place to keep warm. So I'm going to go ahead and hit spring, give me more time, more of a chance here. And it says your cultural background and setup selections are now completed, and your character profile looks like this. Are you happy with these attributes? So here, it basically rolls the dice. So if you've played RPGs or whatever, it's kind of like, where it rolls your dexterity and intelligence and strength and all that good stuff that you would have in an RPG. Most of us are familiar with that. Same kind of thing here. It's kind of rolling the dice and tell us our height, our weight, how much strength we have. Here we have a hearing. We have a good hearing. We don't have good eyesight. We don't have that great of speed. Our agility and dexterity is high. But I think I'm going to re-roll that. I think I want my speed and agility to be a little bit higher. And I don't care that much about hearing, so I'm going to go ahead and re-roll. Now I have smell and taste. Again, my eyesight and speed aren't that good. I'm going to re-roll. Till I get something I like. I'm going to re-roll again. My strength, I'm losing a little bit of strength. I have a lot of agility. I have quite a bit of speed here. That's pretty tempting right there, 200 pounds. Let's go ahead and just go with that. I don't want to sit here and roll all day. So let's go ahead and jump in here. Now, known rituals and incarnations. Hunting incarnation for successful hunting or the permission to sleep. Used to ask permission to sleep at the Supernatural Guardians area. I don't know a lot about this right here. I'm just going to go ahead and click here. And then it says to exit this menu when you're ready to continue your character creation. So let's go ahead and do that. So your character possesses the following selection of culture and family skills based on the type of culture that I picked way back when. So I'm going to be naturally better at some different skills than others. And it says down here, I have 5 points that I can distribute among all these skills here. And it says a maximum improvement is allowed for in one step above the initial level. So I can't pump any more than one of these into any one skill. So I think I'm going to go with spear because this particular culture that I chose is really good at spears. So I want to be even better at using spears on animals and being able to hunt down elk and deer and any kind of animals I see. So I'm going to go ahead and pump 1 here. So I'm going to click spear. And then I'm going to either click improve here or I can hit plus on my keyboard. And you can see now I'm a master spearman. I've added that much to it, and 85% I'm a master at that. Now I have to pick other skills here. I could go dodge as well in case I get in a fight. Now you can run across like random people out in the wilderness that you can end up fighting or talking to or trading with or whatever. There's so many options in this game, and that's why I'm loving it so far. And I know I'm barely even scratching the surface for what this game has to offer. But I think I'm going to go ahead and look up here as well. Skiing. So I guess that's for the winter time. You can actually build skis out of trees that you cut down, and you can ski, I guess to make travel easier. That's what I'm assuming. I haven't got there yet. But I think I'm going to, as you can see, I'm not very good at like agriculture, and that would be like farming and stuff like that, I believe. Not that good at building. That would be like building your house. It tells you down at the bottom what every skill is. Building is the ability to construct forms of shelters and housing. Agriculture, again, is harvesting plants and seeds and leaves and stuff like that. I'm not very good at that, so it looks like the big part of my food is going to come from using my spear and my hunting skills. Cookery is the ability to prepare and preserve food. That sounds pretty important, so I think I'm going to pump a point into that. And I'm going to go ahead and improve that. Let me go ahead and hit plus here. Cookery, plus. Now I'm competent rather than just a novice at it. Hide working is used to skin animals and process the resulting hides. That sounds pretty important, especially since I'm going to be taking down, or I'm going to be trying to take down deer and elk and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to take some hide working as well. And I have 2 points left. Timbercraft, trapping, tracking. Tracking is probably going to be pretty important, so I can track down these animals. So I'm going to go ahead and try that as well. And carpentry, make various handcraft utensils and tools. It's going to be carpentry probably in Timbercraft, the ability to cut down trees and produce enough lumber. Now, I think that some of these skills go up as you use them. I'm going to guess that they do. I don't know for sure. Let's go ahead and add it into carpentry so we can make tools and utensils and stuff better. So let's go ahead and add that a little better. Now I'm a novice rather than just an amateur. Are you happy with this? Let's go ahead and say yes. And you can die in this game, so this is like a survival game. So if you have any thoughts, questions, whatever, go ahead and shoot them out there. And if I can't answer it, we'll try to, figure it out together. So here it's creating a procedural map. Every time you play, it's going to be completely different. So it draws the map out here. All the trees, all the lakes, and everything like that are randomly procedurally generated from what I understand. So here we see a map. This little brown dot is where we're starting. So you can hit C to kind of see where all the different cultural developments are. So as you see right here, I will be right on the edge of the white, which is the Owl tribe. This is where all the different cultures are. The black is the Seal tribe. And from what I understand reading the forums, that this purple one, these guys are evil. These guys are evil mofos, so you want to stay away from the purple guys. All these other villages, though, you can kind of come in here and you can find the villages for these different cultural regions, and you can try to trade with them. You can, you can seek out like sage to help train you in different things, or like if you're wounded, you can come and try to find a tribe or a village and try to find a sage to help heal you. So I'm fine with that, but I think what I want to do, I'm fine with the world as it is, but I think I would want to start a little bit away from the Owl tribe. I don't know why. I just kind of want to be out my own a little bit to start off with. I don't want to be running into a bunch of people. So I'm going to go ahead and re-randomize my start location. So I'm going to click that. Now I'm down here. Again, I'm a little bit too close there. I don't know why I don't want to be close to a cultural area, but I don't want to be, I kind of want to be somewhere in the middle. I'm going to keep hitting R until I'm happy with where I'm starting. All right, that's fine. So right here, I'm close to kind of water. I'm kind of in the middle, a little bit away from the Keese? I don't know. So we're going to go ahead and enter and play this world. So as you can see, it's a pretty deep game. When I've spent 14 minutes just, selecting my character and figuring out my skills and everything like that. So here you kind of choose your startup scenario. So you can start playing outside a strange but cozy looking village, a runaway slave having been a slave, to the evil guys, the nature peasant. For years, you finally take a step to escape your captors. Unfortunate hunting trip, your father lies dead on the ground, and the beast who killed him is still present. So a lot of really cool scenarios that you can actually start here. And I haven't had experience with any of these really. So, lonely settler, you find yourself alone in a foreign ground with 2 unfinished cottages. So you have some kind of cottage protection here to help you. Wounded and left for dead, you struggle to survive in the wilderness. Traps, you start playing fully equipped with tools for passive hunting. I want to be a fisherman, so there you're going to start off be having fishing tools and everything like that, I guess. You find an old trap fence in the wilderness. Abandoned camp. You're finding an old camp with a shelter, firewood, and useful items. I kind of don't want to start. I kind of want to learn and do everything myself. So rather than starting in one of these scenarios, I want to go ahead and go into the Unreal world and just be put out there. I believe I've done this a couple of times already, and you're just kind of put out there, and you kind of have random tools and weapons and stuff like that. So you never really know what you're going to get when you go here, and I kind of like that. So if I don't like what I'm starting with, like if I start with, nothing that I need, I really kind of need an axe and stuff like that to start with. But I'm going to go ahead and try that. If I'm not happy with what I start with, I can always just restart it real quick. So you select this, and it says, at the age of 16, you've left your home and village. During your childhood and adolescent years, you've learned the skills and ways of the people until you decided it was time for you to go search for a path of your own, whatever that might be. Your journey took you far away, and the further you went, the more you learned. Even though much time has passed on from your father to you, there would be many things that you must learn on your own. The lore of your people would help you. So would the equipment and supplies you'd gotten from your family, but still, feelings of insecurity seemed to bother you from time to time. One morning, you stood still for a long time and listened to the wilderness humming around you. Late night had woken you to the sound of the wolves howling at the moon. After that, you had traveled a long time in the dark. That wasn't a good idea at all, you thought, standing in the middle of a totally strange and unknown area. Just as you felt over the past few days, you didn't know what you were doing or where you were headed. Your path was taking you somewhere, but exactly where you're going wasn't clear to you. And it says this scenario doesn't give you any advantages or disadvantages, or even a clear plot to start playing. It just simply sends you on your way into the Unreal world. So, that sounds really cool. I like the fact that it actually gives you this lure and gives you a good grasp of, a good idea to start your imagination flowing, if you really want to kind of role play it out and kind of imagine everything, if you would. So I'm going to go ahead and hit yes. And here, again, I have more choices. I can do free gameplay. Everything's up to you. You have no tasks or duties except the ones you decide to do or try out for yourself. This is the ultimate way of gaming for the experienced, freedom-desiring players. So this is going to be the ultimate freedom. It's also suitable for rookies who want to get to know the game mechanics first before trying out task-based game courses. Or you can kind of choose Living the Wild, where it's going to give you tasks to teach you the basics of wilderness survival and to test your survival skills as you roam across the land and explore the wide world. This game course starts with easy and fundamental wilderness survival skills and slowly gets you accustomed to living in the wild. Probably what I should do here is do this so I can learn how to do all these different tasks. But right now, I'm definitely not going to go for advanced. I just kind of want to be a free man. I kind of want to learn everything as I go by myself, and I'm going to go here and get complete freedom. So I'm going to go ahead and go here. And it says, finally, character creation is completed. Zaxty, and it gives me a last name based on my culture I chose. Zaxty Kamolanian is about to enter the Unreal world. And it says a Finnish proverb here, the world will surely teach one, if nothing else, than to walk slowly. All right, so we're loading here, and it's going to give us more information about our game. It tells us among the peoples there are several different runes and myths about the origin of the world and how it became unreal. However, a common core is clearly visible, which is not a surprise as all the peoples are of the same origin. The basic myth goes as follows. In the beginning, the world was bare and silent. The wind, the forest, and all the animals were formed out of the song of Skyfather and Earth Mother. So Skyfather, Earth Mother, as all the creatures sung together, the Inamo woke up and joined the singing. But the harmony was broken when the Inamo had built a lodge for a shelter in the first winter. And when the first winter was over, the wise ones among the people realized that the world was no more real because, a shelter's not completely natural, I guess. First timer information, you're about to enter the Unreal world for the first time with this character. When the game starts, press escape to view your keyboard commands. You may start to learn the secrets of the game. This game encyclopedia can be started anytime by pressing F1. You are also notified during gameplay when there's more information available. The world beyond the game is rich and deeper than it first seems. Exploring and browsing the game encyclopedia is greatly stimulate your imagination and give greater texture and depth to the game. You'll also find answers to most of the questions about the Unreal world in the game here. Feel free to browse the game information now or press escape and go ahead and start. So you have this available to you anytime, the game encyclopedia, to give you all kinds of lore, all kinds of information about the game. And that's really cool. And this is a game, it's a turn-based game. So, as you're just sitting there, nothing's really happening, and you're free to go ahead and learn more about the game at any time at your own leisure. If you're talking to your wife or you have kids like I do, you have a family life, you have a lot going on, you can kind of, take this at a leisurely pace, and, play at your own leisure, at your own time. It's not, an action game where you're going to get killed like in Call of Duty, just standing there talking to your kids or whatever. So that's pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and jump in here. And it's loading our map. And what you see here is you kind of see, first of all, your character dropped in the woods. I'm in the middle of the woods, kind of like what we already read about. And I'm facing this direction. So I'm facing the northwest. Shows here the time of day. So we can kind of see that it's morning. The sun's just coming up over the hill here. Shows you our temperature, so how cold and warm it is. So it's just barely, starting to get warm. It is in the latter part of the winter here, as I did choose the spring. I don't really know what this means. I think this is the area of the map you're in. And beginning of the Swidden month. Okay, I don't know what the Swidden month is. I don't know if that's December or what. But what we can do here, it also shows us how much we're carrying, how much penalty we have based on the weight we're carrying. So obviously I can carry a lot more than 20 pounds, but just as you can imagine, if you was to start carrying 20 pounds in your back, there is going to be a little bit of a penalty to movement over if you was carrying nothing. You're just walking down the street. If you put a backpack on, you're not going to be able to walk quite as freely and adeptly as you would if you had nothing. Fatigue is none, injury none, starvation tells you any kind of starvation. And this is basically penalties. It's showing you penalties that you might have to everything that you do. And then blood loss. All this is going to affect your total penalty that affects you. So I feel a lot more comfortable with this game than I did yesterday. But I'm telling you right now, even though I may sound like I know what I'm talking about, I really don't. I'm really new to this game. So be sure you correct me or let me know if there's anything that you're aware of, or that maybe even, even though you're new to the game, you might see something that I miss or I misunderstand. So wielded weapons right here. Shows your hunger level and thirst level here. These are really important to keep down because they will affect your overall health. Nutrition is nourished. And from what I understand here, so you have a hunger level and you have a thirst level, and your nutrition is nourished. But from what I understand, if you can go and drink water to cure your thirst, but you might drink water and keep drinking, and it may actually satisfy your hunger, and your hunger level may go down just from drinking water because the water kind of fills up your belly, but your nutrition won't be that well. So your nutrition may actually go down to where you're not as nourished because water doesn't have any kind of nutrient value. You can wield a weapon in your left and right hand here. And then right here is going to be all your information where the game's going to tell you what's happening, what you see, how your success on doing different skills, that kind of thing. And you'll kind of see how complex this game is. First thing we want to do, though, is we want to check and see what kind of equipment we started out with. Really important for me that I start off with an axe because I really have no way of knowing how to make an axe right now, or a hatchet, something to chop down trees. So let's hope we have that. And I only have a broad knife. I can use that to chop down trees and stuff like that, but it's going to make it a lot more, a lot harder to do and that kind of thing. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try starting with a knife and see how that works. You can also see that I have some random clothes on here, some rough leather boots, rough linen trousers, woolen undershirt, and some woolen mittens. And it tells you the weight of all these, and all this weight added up is our carrying weight right here. And we also have a little bit of food. It always gives you a little bit of food when you start the game. So I have some food that'll help me out. And what I'm going to do is first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and show you the how you move around the game. You can use your number pad, but what I do is I just use my left and right arrow keys on my keyboard to look around. And as you can see, as I look different directions, I get a visibility. Basically the lighter area here is what I can see. I can't see this stuff back behind me because I'm not looking in that direction. As you can see, I'm looking right here. I'm looking directly north. To travel, it's as simple as hitting the up arrow to move forward, and the back arrow will move you backwards. So I can move, like for example, I'll move forward in whatever direction I'm facing. So if I hit up, I move forward. If I hit the back arrow button, I'll move back. I'm still looking in the same direction, as you see. And each time I move or rotate, it's one turn. So, if there are any other animals or people or whatever in the area, they all have their turn as well for everything that I do. So I'm going to go ahead and start searching here. Now, this is kind of what they call the map view that I have here. And I kind of got imagine me looking down from like an airplane or something. And I'm kind of seeing myself and I'm kind of seeing the world. But I don't have a real, close shot of where I'm at. I just kind of see myself in the trees from up above in an airplane. That's kind of how I imagine this. And a lot of times the blackness here, the reason I can't see that is because of the trees blocking my view. Same reason here, even though I'm facing this direction, I can't see over here just because there's so many trees or rocks or whatever kind of blocking my view. So if I come over here, I don't even know what this blue stuff here is. So let's go ahead and see if we can zoom in a little bit and get a closer view. To do that, at any time you would just hit the enter key. And it shows here that I'm by a lake. So I don't really see the lake here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and look for it. Now, if you remember from the outer view, if I zoom back out, it looks like there's a lake right to my right. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom back in. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to continue moving right, and I am just moving forward right now. And you see, I don't see anything. Like, there's nothing here, no trees. Finally, I come up, and I can see a pine mire, and eventually, I would think that I would come to a lake or some water. So I'm going to continue. As you can see here, I'm a lot closer view, so traveling takes a lot more steps, it looks like. So as you can see, as I'm continuing to move here, you see my hunger bar raising up a little bit. You can also see that I'm getting a little bit more tired as I move. And G says was 1 hour in yesterday upload and was checking if you uploaded another. Glad I caught this one live. Looks like you started in winter. You're on a frozen lake. Oh, you were on that's what that is. Okay, frozen lake. Yeah, I tried to start in the spring, but for whatever reason, it says I'm in the latter winter. So that would make sense. That would be why that kind of looked like a crystal. Thanks for that, G. So like I said, there's not a whole lot, that I know about this game. I just know a little bit from playing around with it. So let's see here. I found some YouTubes. I was looking at some YouTube videos. I watched a couple of minutes of a couple of different videos, but I didn't really see a whole lot of recent videos. And most of the videos that I saw were like, 8 months old or 2 years old or something like that. And they were the free version, not the new Steam version. So as you can see right here, if I come up here and I hit this right here, what this is right here is it's a little hill. It's a little bit of it doesn't look like a rock or whatever. It's just kind of a little steep incline. So if I hit my up arrow to move forward in the direction that I'm facing here, it's going to tell me, hey, there's a hill here. Do you want to try to climb it? No, not that one. I think it has to be a little bit darker. So for example, let's see. If I come back over here, I think it's a little darker area that's the actual hill. Let's try that. Nope. I know there's some hills there because I saw them yesterday. I came across them yesterday. But if it's a real dark line, it'll be like a steep hill. I see a rock here. I'm going to go pick that up because you can use these as weapons. A stone here. And I'm going to go ahead and hit G to get this. You pick up the stone. Now, if you look at my inventory by hitting I, you'll see that I have a stone. It tells you how much it weighs. Now, I believe I can actually equip that as a weapon if I want to. So kind of like the game Rust. If you've ever played that survival game, the graphical game, you can actually equip a stone and try to bash something. I don't know how effective that would be. It'd probably be really exhaustive to try to do that. But let's go ahead and see if we can equip that. To equip any weapon, you just hit the W. And it's going to say right up here, what do you want to wield? Well, let's wield our stone. And now you can see it's a wielded weapon. I don't know how long I'm going to do this, but for now, I'm going to go ahead and use a stone as a weapon. Talk about primitive, huh? But if you want to see any of all the commands you can do, you can just simply hit the escape key at any time. And it'll say here you can go into setup options, quit, and save your game. You can hit Control S just to save the game and continue on. This would be like what you'd want to do if you just want to save your game real quick. Make sure you just in case you have a power outage or your computer freezes up or whatever, you're saving it from time to time so you don't lose all your progress. But here you can go into keyboard commands, and here it's going to show you all the different commands you have. So I'll eat something, apply, or use a tool or container, and these are capital. Whether it's a little t or a capital T, capitals and little make a big difference here. So, for example, to take something off, take off worn clothes or wielded weapons, it's a capital T, Shift T, rather than just hitting T, because small t, I believe, is throw, to throw something. And you're like, wow, look at all these different commands you got in this game. Well, if you think that's all there is, you're mistaken. So I can actually hit the down arrow button, and I can scroll all the way down, so you can see that there are a bunch of different skills. But I like how it kind of divides it into combat and information and help and game options down here. So you have all this different stuff you can do. So there is so much stuff you can do here. It's just unreal. So what was I thinking? I was gonna do something, but oh yeah, throw is T. I just wanted to show you that. That's a small t as opposed to a big T, is take off worn clothes or wielded weapons. So let's go ahead and go back here. One of the first things I want to do is I want to go ahead and try to make some like javelins or something like that. So we're going to go up here, and what you want to do that is you want these like pine trees is what you want to look for. Rather than these kind of trees, you really want to look for these pine trees. And I think I'm right about this. So you want to look for the smaller pine tree. Notice how this tree is a smaller pine tree than this. I'll show you how this works. So we're going to come up here, and we're going to be right to the left of this tree. And I am going to go ahead and use a skill here. I'm going to hit S for skill, and just a little S. And I want to go ahead and go into Timbercraft. So I can either click it here if I want to, or I can hit the little M key. So hitting M is quicker, and as you get more familiar with the game, rather than having to highlight everything and click it, I mean, it's not hard to do that either, but it's a little bit faster to actually just learn the keys and hit the key on your keyboard. So now once I hit Timbercraft, it opens up an option over here. Do I want to fell a tree? Do I want to split firewood? Do I want to carve trunk into a log? All these different options for, Timbercraft on this tree. Well, I'm going to go ahead and chop this tree down. It's a small tree. I want to go ahead and just hit enter here. And it'll say to do this, you need the following equipment materials: a cutting weapon. Well, unfortunately, I don't have an axe. This is going to be a lot more exhausting process than if I had an axe, because I'm just using a knife. So it says the broad knife in your inventory will be used right here. So it says to fell a tree, you need a cutting weapon, preferably an axe, just like I was just talking about. But since I don't have an axe, it's going to automatically say that I'm going to use my knife. So the game's pretty smart. I mean, it's pretty user friendly. It just takes getting used to. And it says, okay, you have all the necessary equipment. So I'm going to go ahead and hit space and continue to see what the result is. And as I hit space, you'll see it takes time. It took me 50 minutes to chop that tree down with a knife. And I'm sure if I had an axe or something like that, it probably would have been less than half that time. And look at my fatigue too after doing that. So now I have it looks like I have some logs here. It says the broad knife is an awkward tool here. Timbercraft is slightly lower due to being fatigued. So everything comes into play on your success and how long things take. The fact that I'm using a knife rather than an axe, the fact that I'm fatigued, the fact that I have carrying more, some weight, everything plays a factor in determining the outcome. And I love that about this game. That's what I mean. It's so deep. So now it says the tree falls down. Well, what do I have here? I have no idea what I have. So I found out something here. You can always look at something by simply hitting your X, just a little X, and it'll say, what direction do you want to look? Well, I have a little cursor here, and I can either click where I want to look, or I can just hit, the left arrow key. So I like it when it gives you this cursor so you can specify an exact spot where you want to look. And notice here, I can't put the cursor behind me because I can't swivel my head around that way. But I can look anywhere, adjacent 1 square away from where I'm at. So I can go ahead and look here, and it'll say you see 3 slender tree trunks here. Okay. Now to show you the difference between what happens if I cut down that small tree or the big pine tree, is I want to go ahead and move forward. I want to go ahead and move down here. And let's cut this one down. Let's look this direction. And let's go ahead and use my skill again. Again, Timbercraft. And I'm going to fell a tree again. And it says to do this, you need the following equipment. An axe. So here, last time I was playing this, I had an axe. And I was able to take down a big tree. But here, I don't even have, an axe. And if I try to select my knife, it's like saying broad knife doesn't work as an axe. You actually have to have some kind of an axe to take down a big tree. And what's going to happen is if I had an axe and I took down this bigger tree, rather than getting these slender logs or whatever, what I would get is actual logs. And what you can make with the logs is completely different than what you can make with like these slender branches here. Okay. Or whatever they are. X, whatever, what does it call them? 7 to look in that direction. Slender tree trunks. Okay. But what I can make with the slender tree trunks is I can go ahead and hit Shift M, and this is like handcraft, all the different things you can make by handcraft. Well, you can make a weapon. Well, I want to make a weapon. I want to make like a javelin, and it's a light spear, and I can throw it as a missile weapon. And remember, I'm an expert in like spear, so throwing a javelin should be something that I am very proficient at. So if I want to make a javelin, how many do you want to make? Well, I have 3 sticks, so I'm going to try to make 3 javelins. Well, it's going to tell me that, but I got to be right over the weapons, right over the sticks, I'm sorry. So let's go ahead and move forward. Now I'm right over them. So 3 slender tree trunks here. So now if I hit Shift M, I'm going to go ahead and go to weapons, and I'm going to make javelins, and 3. Let's see. Maybe I have to pick them up. This is where, like I say, I haven't played this game enough to... but it tells me that I need a cutting weapon, which I have as a knife. Staffs, I need 2 of 3. And fire. So you need a fire before you can actually make javelins, because I believe the fire is probably used to, like, I don't know, to probably harden the... as soon as you cut the pointy arrow, it's probably to harden that. So let's go ahead and escape out of that. And let's see if we can't make some firewood. Let's go ahead and come up here to a small tree. And skill. We're going to go Timbercraft again. And I'm going to go ahead and split firewood from a block. I don't have a block. That would be if I, let's see. Cut branches or twigs from a tree. Peel bark. Split a trunk into boards. Carve a trunk into split firewood from a block. I don't think I can do that on a tree, but we'll try it. Yeah, there's no block of wood. So I'm going to go Timbercraft again, and I'm simply just going to cut branches or twigs away from a tree here. And I'll point up. I'll just hit the up arrow button. And it says cutting weapon by hand. Broad knife in your inventory will be used. Space to continue. And it took me 10 minutes, but I actually got some... you finished branches. They're lying beside you on the ground. So let's go ahead and hit G to get it. This is 13 spruce twigs. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter to get them all. And now I have them. You see that I have more weight here. Now I'm going to go ahead and rotate. I'm going to move back down here. And I'm going to move over here. And I want to go ahead and drop. So I'll hit D. What do you want to drop? I want to drop the 13 spruce twigs. Yes, I want to drop them all. Done. Hit space to enter. I dropped the 13 spruce twigs. So now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and try to make a fire with that. I'm going to go ahead and hit F. Oops. I need to move off where I'm trying to build a fire. I can't build a fire right where I'm standing. Silly. So I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to go ahead and move down. I want to go ahead and look at them and build a fire. And place some firewood over there first, and then try to build a fire. Okay, so I guess I can't use the spruce twigs for firewood. there's nothing to set on fire. Alright, so this is where I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this without an axe. I probably can. Okay, let's go ahead and try to start these on fire. I should be able to do that. So let's go ahead and hit F. And place some firewood over there first. Okay. Yeah, so some smaller kindling, such as branches, is required there. Okay. So this is where I'm learning here. F, up. Oh, there we go. I thought I could start a fire. You did not succeed in making a fire. I don't know what I did wrong the first time. But anyway, as you can see, I'm starting to get hungrier. My nutrition went down from whatever it was, really good, to good now. I'm starting to get a little bit thirsty. I'm not really fatigued. I'm not really doing a whole lot. You know, making a fire isn't a lot of exertion. But we're going to go ahead and try to start a fire again. I'm going to hit up again. And did not succeed again. You hear a raven croaking in the northeast. So if I went up to the northeast, I'd probably see a bird flying around. I'm still trying to make javelins so that I can throw something at different animals. A bird would be really hard to hit anyway. So, I mean, that's common sense that tells me that. But again, I'm going to go ahead and try. I've already failed 2 times making a fire. And let's go ahead and try again. It says, while I'm trying to make a fire, Caperkill enters your view. Abort task, yes or no? No, I'm not worried about that. So you can kind of see it right here. It was red. It says you managed to make a fire. So now you see that I have a little fire here. It's just based on twigs and stuff like that. So now if I want to make it a bigger fire, I can actually add wood to it. And the best way to do that I've seen is actually push logs into the fire. So if I hit P here, there are no items at your feet. Okay, you have to get on top of them. Now hit P, and which direction do you want to push them? Well, pick a direction you want to push them. I'm going to go ahead and hit the 9 key to move them to the northeast. And how many do you want to push? I'm going to go ahead and push them all. And now you kind of see I got a bigger fire. Now, I don't know how long this is going to burn or anything like that. So I can just see that it's a big fire. If I want to see how long it's going to burn, I can look in that direction. I'll pretty much examine anything and make a determination. So I'm going to go ahead and hit X again to look which direction you want to look. I'm going to look 9, which is northeast, as you can see right here. And this fire will burn till late evening. And right now it's late morning, so this fire is going to burn like 8 or 10 hours based on those spruce trees. So now I need to get me some more small limbs from a small spruce. So I'm going to have to chop down, again, a small tree. And again, you can see the difference here of this tree that I can't even take down because I don't have an axe, and the smaller one. So to make a cabin or a big shelter or whatever, I think you need an axe. So that's going to be a pretty high important thing for me to do. So now I'm going to move next to the small tree. I'm going to use my skill again. I'm going to use M for Timbercraft. I'm going to fell the tree. And you have all the necessary equipment, and again, it's based on where I'm looking at. So if I was looking to the right here, this wouldn't work because I need an axe. So I'm going to hit space to continue. Again, 34 minutes to take that tree down. And let's take a look and see how many we got this time by hitting X. It just, because right here, it just tells me that, the tree falls down. I really don't know how many limbs I got. And so if I look, and I can also click it here. With some of the commands that you do give you this cursor, some don't. So I'm just so used to just clicking up a young spruce. So it looks like, there we go. I don't know why at that time it said a young spruce. I don't know if I looked over these things at this, at this one or what. But anyway, I'll have 5 this time rather than 3. So I'm going to go ahead and move on top of them. I'm going to hit G. I'm going to collect them all. Oh, wow. Look how much they weigh. 284 pounds. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and drop those because I don't want to fatigue myself just moving back to the fire. I'm going to go ahead and drop those 5 slender tree trunks. 250 pounds. Yeah, drop those. All of them. So one thing I can do here, space, done. Proceed when selected. Let's go ahead and hit M to move these, And this is kind of like a way to haul stuff around without actually picking it up and trying to put it on your shoulder. And, you know, can imagine how much effort that would take to pick up these 5 trunks. Granted, I could do 1 or 2 at a time, but if I want to move them all without picking them up, I can kind of move them by dragging them around. So I'm going to go ahead and hit M to move them, and I'm going to hit 5, and I'm going to enter all. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and move them down. And as you can see, it takes a little bit of time, and it takes a lot more fatigue to move them around. But now I'm moving them down here towards my fire. Pretty cool game. That's what I say. This game is so deep and so awesome like this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and try to craft with these things. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Shift M again to go into my handcraft options. I'm going to go ahead and try to make a weapon. Javelins. Let's go ahead and try to make 5. And it says to do this, you need the following equipment. Staffs. And it says I have 4 of 5. Do I have staffs in my inventory? A cutting weapon and a fire for hardening the head. There you go. So let's look at my inventory. Oh, I have staff. I have 1 staff. Oh, no, 4. Oh, 4 pounds is the weight. I don't have more than 1 staff. I don't know why it said I had 4. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and exit out of this. Let's go ahead and hit Shift M again. And instead of weapons, let's go ahead and utility articles, I think it was. And nope, I don't see staff there. Notice here you can make like bandages and all kinds of stuff. Bandages are strips of slice of cloth, leather, etc. So if I got hurt, I could basically, I think I could shred up my clothing and make bandages out of it. Skin. Skin item refers to a container made out of leather. So, I mean, there is so much to this game. It's just amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Shift M again. Lumber. There we go. Staff. So I'm going to go ahead and hit staff. I'm going to make all 5 of these into staffs. Timber. Do this, you need the following items. Okay. So small fell trees to get these. Okay, so I actually got to pick these up. Yeah. Okay, so let me escape. So I'm going to G. I'm going to go ahead and get all 5 of these. Enter. Now I got them picked up. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit Shift M to this. And lumber, staffs, 5. Now I have everything I need. You have all the necessary equipment. Space to continue. And we'll see if I'm successful. The broad knife is a very unhandy tool here. It takes far too long to accomplish this task like that. It's practically impossible. And it's telling me I can't even do that because I need basically an axe or something else besides this broad knife that I have. So, but if I had an axe to start off with, what I could do is I could actually carve these into staffs out of these spruce logs that I have from the tree, and then I could harden staffs really easily in the fire. So what we're going to do, because I don't know the easiest way to get an axe, is I'm going to go ahead and quit here, and we're going to go ahead and jump and do some stuff really quickly here. I'm going to go ahead and quit. Yes, I'm sure. No, I don't want to save this character. Yes, I'll go ahead and die and show you guys what happens when you die. It'll say Zasky Chameleon quit living. He faced the end in the latter winter where you died, day 2 of the 2nd week. It says he died at 16 winters old, so basically 16 years old, spending 1 day in my adventuring life. You're dead. So, you know, this could happen if you died of injury or whatever. I just went ahead and chose to kill myself there. I'm going to go ahead and quickly create the same kind of character here. I'm going to go custom again, and I'm just going to go ahead and call myself Z. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I like that guy. I'll pick the same guy. I'm just going to go ahead. I chose spring here. Speed and agility. Strength is really high there. Endurance, dexterity. I'm going to re-roll that. Speed and agility. Let's re-roll one. I want my strength up there pretty good. I'm being pretty picky here. Speed and agility. Smell taste. I'm going to re-roll that. Speed and agility. Re-roll. Oh, look at that. Look at all that. I got pretty good things there. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Let's continue there. And escape. Again, I'm going to go ahead and add to the spear. Plus. And I'm going to go ahead and take the same things I had before. Oops, not trapping. All right, minus. I don't want to do that. I want to do tracking plus. Timbercraft plus. Competent. Hide working, I know I definitely want. And let's see, what else did I want? Carpentry, I think. And again, I can't add more than 1 point in any skill. So if you're wondering that, that's why. Agriculture, seems like there's something else I wanted here. Tracking, I got tracking. Oh, I wanted my spear. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Now I'm an expert in the spear. Are you happy with this? Yes. And like I say, I just know very little about this game, but just from playing yesterday my first time to play it now, I know a lot more about the game. So let's go ahead and look at our culture. Let's see where we're at. We're down here. I'm going to go ahead and randomize myself again. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and go there, enter and play this world. And we pretty much already went over all this before. Yes, I just hope that I start with an axe now. I probably should come in here, but I'm going to go ahead and go here again. And cross my fingers and hope we start with an axe. So, escape. Yes. Come on, baby. Give me an axe. I start with a spear. Again, I just have a knife and I have a club this time. All right. One more time. We're going to get out of here. We're going to go ahead and quit. Yes. Save for character. No. We should die. Yes. I'm going to go ahead and go into the game where I know I'm going to have an axe this time because I'm tired of repeating this. Blah, blah, blah. We're going to go ahead and create a character again. Custom. I know what kind of character I want. We're going to go ahead and say Zir. I don't know. Same thing. Male. That's fine. Spring. Reroll. 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 That's pretty good. We'll just take that. Escape. Spear. Plus. Oops. Plus. Tracking plus. Timbercraft plus. Hide working plus. And carpentry, I think. Plus. Yes. Yeah, we can go into the task thing, the second one here, and I think that's what we're going to do. Look at our cultures. That's fine. Go ahead and enter. Come on. All right. Right here. We're going to go ahead and go for this one. We should have an axe now, I think. No promises, but... really need an axe to start off with. I could probably, you know, gather stuff and go try to trade with one of the villagers or something like that. I haven't done a whole lot of that, so... So here you kind of see that I have tasks of all the different things to try to do here. And this is going to be a good way to go in to, you know, learn the game, because it's going to show you not only how to do all these different tasks, but you're going to learn how to do all this different stuff, which is probably a good thing for me to do anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and hit escape again. I see it's latter winter again, morning. I can see the sun up is a little bit warmer than it was last time I started the game. And I'm going to have different stuff in my... here again, I start with an axe. So the good way to get an axe is just go in the second one. And a good way to learn all the different skills is like the tasks and everything like that as well. So now that I have that, I'm going to go to some trees here. Oh, there's some right down here. Okay, I should be right in the middle of some trees. Let's go ahead and hit enter, get a closer look. All right, now we see here that we have the big tree and we have a couple of small trees. Now I can show you the difference here between small and big tree. I'm going to go ahead and hit S, M for timber, fell a tree, space. Yep, because I had an axe, it tells me right here that I'm using a woodman's axe because it's going to give you the best weapon for the job you're trying to do based on what you have. So now you see it took 14 minutes or whatever, as opposed to, what, 40 minutes with a knife. And if I look in that direction, I'll see that I have 3 slender tree trunks here. Okay, so now if I look down, oops, right there is a big tree. So let's go ahead and hit S again, and for Timbercraft, fell a tree. Now I'm using my axe. It'll even let me do this. And it takes a lot longer, an hour and a half, because it's such a big tree. But now you'll see that instead of getting these little, slender branches here or whatever, I have, looking in that direction here, you see a tree trunk here. And what I can do with that is I can hit S, M again, and I can chop a felled tree into blocks. I can split firewood from the block. I think I'll do that. And again, I'll choose, nope, I see right here, this is one of the options where I don't have the cursor. Oh yeah, I do. And I thought I saw it for a second, but no, I don't have the cursor, so I just actually have to hit 1, which corresponds to that direction. So there's no block of wood in that direction. Okay, so do I have to move? Well, let's see. Okay, let's try it here. S, M. I think it's kind of being finicky. Let's try 3. No block. All right, let's try that now. Sometimes it's a little bit finicky, it looks like. Split firewood from a block. Oh, okay, I gotta chop the felled tree into blocks. That's what I was doing wrong. So this says split firewood from a block. I gotta make it blocks first. So 3 different steps to make firewood from a big log, from a big tree. So let's go ahead and do chop felled tree. It's to my left. There we go. Now we're using our axe. Now I'm doing it correctly. And you can see I am getting really tired from that. It took me an hour and 45 minutes to chop the tree down, and now another hour and a half to chop it into blocks. Now it says you made 8 decent blocks of wood here. So basically, I think that, if my Timbercraft skill wasn't as high as it is, 39% adequate, like if it was lower, I may not have as good a chance as getting decent quality blocks from it. So again, I'm going to go ahead and choose Timbercraft again. And I'm going to go ahead and try to make some firewood from the blocks. So S, and to the left, you have all the necessary equipment. Go ahead and hit space to continue. And again, look at how much more time and energy I'm using for this. My hunger's going up. You can kind of see it as it happens. Okay, you made 20 decent firewoods here. So now I have a bunch of firewood. I have some sticks here to make some nice javelins here. I just need to make a fire. And I need to, as well, make some small fire branches. So to do that, I'm going to rotate down to this guy. I'm going to hit CM again. And I'm going to cut branches. T, there we go. On the one below me. Have all the necessary equipment, and it says I'm using a knife rather than an axe to get the branches. Kind of makes sense. And that only took 10 minutes. That wasn't that hard. Now I have a whole bunch of little limbs and stuff there, and I should be able to move up now. I need to eat and stuff like that soon too as well. Now one way you can do is, you see my fatigue level here, 53%. I have a couple of different options on how I can actually lower that. First of all, I can sleep, but it's only noon. I'm not going to sleep right now. I just want to rest and get that fatigue down. I can either hit my period, and you can see all this by hitting escape and looking at your, all your different key shortcuts and stuff like that. But I can hit the period button, and if I hit period, it's just kind of one little, one turn at a time. Pass a turn, rest a turn. You'll see in the command down there, rest, pass a turn. And you'll see that slowly my fatigue is lowering down one space at a time. This would be good if you only had like 5% fatigue and you just wanted to go ahead and rest for a minute. But if you want to rest for a longer period of time, you can just hit your minus key on your keyboard, and time goes by while you're resting. Now see, my fatigue's already gone. I want to go ahead and hit escape to quit resting. Otherwise, too much time goes by. So you really got to pay attention when you're resting. Otherwise, you'll rest way too long. you know, and you'll get hungry and everything like that while you're just sitting there resting for way longer than you need to. When you want to be getting stuff done. Yeah, I'm gonna probably be doing more live streams in the future. I mean, as long as people are here and they like what I'm doing. If people want to see me play this game a lot, I'll be live streaming the game a lot. I plan on playing this game a lot, so if people want to see it, I'll definitely live stream it. You know, I don't know how boring this is or how exciting it is to watch, but I feel like I know a lot more than I did yesterday, and so as I play the game, I think I'm going to get more, you know, I'm going to learn a lot more too. And so hopefully it'll make for more captivating, interesting, you know, something to watch. So I'm now rested. I do need to take care of this hunger. So I'm going to go ahead and hit E, and it's just a little E for eating. If you want to see that, let's go ahead and show you the keyboard commands again. And I'll show you a couple of things that I was doing before as well. Little E is eat something. Okay. And then here's where you can make something like the Shift M I was talking about when I was making stuff. That is a capital M as opposed to a little m here, see? And let's see here. Scroll down. There was some other stuff I was doing. Well, what all was it? S is skill as I was doing that. And what else was I doing that I wasn't showing you? Oh, G to pick up something. Little M to move items around. Little P to push items around. And I think that's pretty much it. I thought there was something else I was doing, but... Little X is to look at something, and that is somewhere. Let's see. Right there. X, look in a direction. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get back out of that. I want to eat, so I'm going to hit little E. And I'll just go ahead and eat one of these rye breads. I'll click that. Took me a couple of minutes to eat that, but now you see my hunger level went down. All right. And so, let's see. So, yeah, I mean, Brian, are you interested in watching me do more live streams? Is that what you're kind of asking? I mean, of this particular game, I guess? Or are you just asking, am I doing live streams of any game? Or, you know, I don't really know what you're asking there. So, now that I have the firewood there, I'm above the firewood. I can't really see it for the top of this tree, but I'm going to go ahead and hit F to make a fire. And I'm going to point to the direction of what I want, or I could highlight it. But because this tree might get in my way, I'm just going to go ahead and hit down. And you did not succeed in making a fire, and it could be because it's snowing here. So like you can see it's kind of snowing here. It doesn't really tell me where that's at. I don't know if I can look in a direction and see that it's snowing or not. Yeah, I just see that I have 10 spruce twigs here. Let's go ahead and try again. It's probably going to, I'm sure because it's raining or snowing or whatever it's doing, it's going to affect my ability to make a fire. I may have to try this multiple times. I'm getting a bit tired. Okay. X. No, that's not where to look. Okay, hang on. F. Hitting the wrong key. I managed to make a fire. So now you can see I kind of have a fire here. And let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and push all this wood into the fire. You can see it's kind of a little fire here. Let's go ahead and move right here. Now we're right on top of these woods. Let's go ahead and hit P to push. I'm going to push all these logs onto my fire. And I'm going to do the 20 firewoods, 30 pounds of wood. Why not? How many do I want to push? Well, maybe I don't want a fire going that long, but, you know, maybe I just want to stay here. I want to camp here for a good while, and then maybe leave some firewood. Maybe I want to make this my camp, and I want to save some firewood for later. I don't care right now, though. I'm just going to go ahead and see how long one tree's worth of firewood will make. So I'm going to go ahead and do all. And items at your feet will be moved to the adjacent location packed on an animal. So it says right here, space, done, proceed with selected. So proceed with the selected task of pushing 20 firewoods into that direction. So, you are sweaty. Let's see. Okay, what am I doing here? Oops. Somehow I didn't succeed in pushing those there. 7 blocks of wood. Oh, maybe I did. Maybe I did push. I didn't push 7 blocks of wood. Things that are here, 28 branches. Let's look at our fire. See what it looks like. The fire here will burn for a few hours. Okay, let's go ahead and hit P again. Push the items. Push push them this way. 7 blocks of wood, 280 pounds. Click that. How many? All. Done. Proceed with selected. Okay. So now I think I pushed all those here. Let's go ahead and move up, move back down, and see what we have. Oops. Move back down. Yeah, now I just have the 28 branches here. I look at the fire, hit X. I want to look that way. Now the burnt fire will burn until noon. So it's late afternoon now. Say it's 2, 3, 4 p.m. It's going to burn until noon the next day with all that wood on there. So, all right. So we got a nice big fire here. Now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and grab these guys. I'm going to go over here, hit G, give these 3. I want to pick them all up, hit enter. I'm going to move down here. Okay. Now I want to hit Shift M to make something. I want to go lumber it was. I'm going to make some staffs. I want to go ahead and hit 3. I have the cutting weapon, which I need an axe for this, as we learned from the last game when I only had a knife. I couldn't do it with a knife. And the slender trunks. It says you have everything you need. Space to continue. Hopefully I don't fail. Sweating a lot, I'm getting hungry and stuff while I do that. You've obtained 3 decent staves. So I think that's a pretty good quality. Now what I want to do is I want to make those into javelins. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Shift M again. Now I'm going to go down to weapons instead of lumber. Hit enter. I'm going to make javelins. I'm going to make 3. It says I have everything I need. Everything's checked here. And you have everything you need. You need a fire for hardening the head. No perverted jokes for the word hard and head in the same sentence. Come on, people. All right, so it says you could have done better, but couldn't make good out of bad. The hand axe is the right tool, but suffers from rough quality. Oh, so my hand axe isn't that good. So as you can see, because I have a low quality hand axe, it resulted in, it says I could have done better on making better javelins, but at least I have 3 decent javelins now. So now if I look in my inventory, you'll see that under the weapons, I have 3 javelins. And I can equip those. So let's go ahead and hit W. What do you want to wield? I want to wield one of my javelins. And let's say here that I have, I wear again. Let's say here that I have, I don't know, a hand axe equipped. I don't know, maybe that's all I had equipped before. And let's say for whatever reason I wanted to swap these. I can just hit simply Shift X. And notice how these swap position. So a really quick way to shift weapons between your primary hand and your secondary hand. So, I kind of really like that. Now if I want to take off this hand axe, I'm trying to remember what the command is. I don't remember, so I'm going to go in here to the keypad commands. And it's not drop something, it's take off, and it's a capital T. So I have to hit Shift T. What do you want to take off? I want to take off the hand axe, and you can see I have it wielded here in my second hand. So I'm going to go ahead and take off the rough hand axe. And done. Space to continue. Now it's actually not there anymore. So now if I want to equip another javelin, so I have both of them ready. You're already wielding that. Let's go ahead and hit Shift X here. There we go. Now let's try wielding another javelin. You're already wielding that. Oh, right here. I was trying to wield the same javelin I already had. No wonder. Dummy. All right, so there we go. Now I have a javelin in each hand. So, attention to detail is important here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and search around my area. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to build a little bit of some kind of a shelter here. And I've never really made a shelter, but I'm wondering if I make a shelter, if it will actually give me a, kind of a waypoint on my map when I look at my map. So for example, if I go back out to the world view here and if I zoom out with Control minus, kind of zoom out. Let's see. If I hit C, no. Okay, press enter to zoom out to the local terrain map. No. there was one way where I actually... I'm trying to remember how I saw the different cultures. I was out on a different map. Press enter to go to the local map. Let's go ahead and look at the options here again. Movement. Control 0. I can't remember how I did that. F6, that's what it was. Okay, so if I hit F6, here we go. So now if I hit Control minus, okay, Control, I see the different cultures here, and this is me. But you see here that I don't really have any kind of a location, and I'm wondering here, you know, let's go ahead and hit escape here. Yeah, I'm wondering here if I create like a house or a shelter or whatever, if I'll actually show up on the map. That way it'll prevent me from getting lost. I'm guessing that's the way it'll work. But I'm going to go ahead and jump back in here to my local view. And I'm getting pretty hungry, so I need to eat again. I'm going to have to go out searching for food soon, or I'm going to start starving. Okay. So I've eaten now. I need to find water as well, and that's one of the tasks I have as well in this game. So let's go ahead and see if we can't. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Let's see what it takes to actually skill carpentry. No, it's not carpentry. Skill. It must be Timbercraft. No, not Timbercraft. S. Maybe it's... I've seen it somewhere. Maybe it's Shift M. Building. Yeah, here we go. So this is what you need to actually... buildings are made out of wood, typically logs and pine trees. So if I go into wooden building here, I can see, and it shows me a graphical representation here. This is like if you want to make a log cabin. So you would make a corner... you have the corners of the building that you make, and it kind of highlights it down in the bottom what you're making. You would need to make, your door. You need to make a bench if you want a bench inside, a table, and even a sleeping bunk. So this is like making a whole big, nice cabin for yourself. How's it going, Ant-Man? Good to see you, buddy. So, if I just wanted to make the northwest corner, let's see what that takes to make it. Select a location of construction. So let's just say I'm going to move it. Let's say I'm going to build it up. It says I need 6 logs. I need an axe for carving logs and an axe for finishing the walls. So I need 6 logs just to make that one corner. So this is going to be a really time-consuming thing to actually make a log cabin. But let's go ahead and try SM Timbercraft. Carve a large trunk into a log. Split a trunk into boards. So to make a log, could I do that now without a 1? Okay, there is no tree trunk to make. Okay, so let's go ahead and go SM, fell a tree, space. Working ourselves to death, chopping down this tree. Now we have, if I look in that direction, 1, I have a tree trunk here. So now let's go ahead and hit S, M, and trunk into logs. 1, it's the direction. Okay, so I have all the necessary equipment, space. Man, I'm working myself to death. Look at this. Look at the time going by. Hour and 15 minutes. You made a decent log. So I made 1 log. If I look at X and I look in one direction, I have 33 branches from the tree. That makes sense. I mean, you have branches coming down from the tree. You can see it's getting dark. I only have 1 log. Now, again, remember to make just one corner of my cabin. It took, what, 6 logs? So here, you're going to have to chop a lot of these trees down to actually make you a log cabin. You're going to have to drag and move, as I showed you how to do that, which is exerting and stuff like that as well. To drag all these logs to make your just, 1 or 2 walls of your cabin. So to get the whole cabin done, it's going to take you quite a while. So another thing you can do is you can hit Shift M, building. You can make simpler, shelters. So you can make a coda similar to a large tent. Let's take a look at that. So to make a coda here, you need to make the framework. You need to make the northwest corner, the northern wall. You need to make all these different parts in a doorway. And it tells you on each one what you're going to need. So just to make the framework here, I'm assuming that's going to be the, if I make it, let's say above me, please pick a direction where you can see. Okay. Oh, okay, because I can't see there. Let's go ahead and, I can't see there. Oh, I'm trying to look behind me is what I was trying to do. So 7. Framework center should also be open area around it. Please pick a direction. Chosen location, framework center should be an open area, have an open area all the way around it. And if I move it here, I won't have an open area all the way around it because there's trees and logs and everything in the way. And a coda is pretty big, it looks like. So let's go ahead and hit Shift M again, building, see what else we can make. I can make simply a shelter. And again, I'm going to go ahead and hit 7, I guess. And to make a shelter, I need cutting weapon, slender trunks times 3, and spruce twigs times 20. That looks something like a lot easier, something to make than trying to make a big old cabin right now. So I need slender trunks, and I need 20 spruce twigs. So I don't have any of those. So let's go ahead and hit it here. Let's go ahead and rotate here. Let's move up here. Let's go ahead and look at this guy. Let's go ahead and... I need to eat. I'm going to starve to death. As you can see, starvation and stuff like that is going to be, be a real risk here in this game. I'm so busy trying to make a home for myself right now with my starting out food that, I don't even have... I'm probably not going to have enough food to keep myself hungry just trying to even make even the most basic of shelters. But I'm going to go ahead and try it. It's S, M, fell a tree, space. You're too tired to stay on your feet. So my fatigue, I basically conked out, task paused. You're too tired to continue. You need to sleep. And let's see. Your temporal performance is determined to succeed mostly because of being too fatigued. And let's see. So I am sleeping right now. So I'm going to go ahead and I can hit, I think it's Shift Z. Let's take a look. Just sleep. Move up. Yeah, Shift Z to sleep. So we're going to go ahead and hit Shift Z. I think we're already out, but... Oh, it says sleeping. You lay down and fall asleep. You wake up to the rain. And you can see I'm still kind of fatigued, so I didn't sleep for very long at all, and the rain is keeping me from sleeping. One reason why I really need a shelter. Ant-Man says it's about maybe 100 or more logs. Yeah, to build a cabin, it's going to be a ton of logs. Have you played this game yet, Ant-Man? So if I try to hit Shift Z again, you can't sleep outside in the rain. So big problems there. So what I can do is I can simply just go ahead and rest by hitting my minus sign. And then I'm going to hit escape. It's night, but I'm no longer fatigued. So I should be able to go ahead and get up now. Move, get up. Young spruce blocking my way. Oops. Okay, look at this, how I'm laying down while I move. That's so funny. Okay, so if I hit just Shift Z, can I get up? Lay down, fall asleep. All right, well, how do I get up? Let's see. Enter. Get up, lay down. Okay, so U. There we go. Now let's try this again. Timbercraft. Fell a tree. Space. Blade axe is a satisfactory tool, but suffers from the rough quality. You're feeling hot. The tree falls down. What do I have here? 5 slender tree trunks. Okay, and what did I need to make the building? Shelter? Just one. I just need 1 slender tree trunk, and I need 20 spruce twigs. Okay, and I think I had some of those twigs down here. X, look down. Branches. 33 branches. So I need spruce twigs. I don't really know how I get those. Let's see. S, M, T. Cut branches or twigs from a tree. Well, with it, I wonder if the branches will work. Let's go ahead and exit out of that. Let's go ahead and look back over here. Let's go ahead and, oops, move down here. G. Let's go ahead and pick up all of them. That's fine. Enter all. It's done. Now, let's go ahead and go up here. And let's go ahead and get G. Yep, pick these all up. 294 pounds on me. Now if I hit Shift M, building, shelter, we're going to build it, sure, build it above us, that's fine. Okay, so I have the trunk, I just don't have the spruce twigs. I got to have spruce twigs, not branches. Alright, so let's go ahead and drop those. D, I think, is drop. Yeah. Drop the 250 pounds of twigs. Yes. Drop them. Space. Done. Proceed with selected. Yeah, this is a very, very interesting game. I mean, I think there's a ton of game time in this. To be honest with you, I bought this game last night, and I've already spent probably 5-6 hours in the game. So yeah, it's pretty, and I don't even know nothing about it. I'm just scratching the surface. As you can see, I'm still learning. I'm still forgetting some of the key commands, and I don't, right now I don't even know where I get the spruce twigs. So is this a spruce twig? Is that what I want? X? Let's look in that direction. A birch. That's a birch. Okay, so I need to find a spruce. Is this? This might be a spruce over here. Oops. X. Look to the 3 direction. That's a birch. And this should be a pine, right? 1. That's a young spruce right there. Okay. So let's go ahead and hit S. M. I was thinking that was a pine. Spruce is a kind of pine, though. So cut branches, twigs from a tree. Okay. T. Cut them from the 1 direction. Cutting weapon by hand. Space to continue. You're finished cutting the branches. They're laying on the ground beside you. So if I look there, in direction. Oops, I have a young spruce. I can't even see where are the X. Thigh deep snow. Wow, the snow is deep, huh? X. 1. Young spruce. Where do the branches go? Okay, that direction? Thigh deep snow. I'm extremely tired. And I really need a shelter. I'm getting hungry and stuff again, too. X. Right? Yeah, I don't know where the branches went that I cut. Let's move right here. Young spruce is blocking the way. Because I didn't cut the tree down, so where are the... Oh, there they are. There they are. Okay. 17 spruce twigs here. So I need 3 more. So if I look in that direction, 9. That is a young spruce again. So let's go ahead and hit S, M. I need a few more spruce trees. Cut branches, T. We did the wrong thing. S. 9. There we go. space to continue. You're sleepy and extremely tired. Okay, great. But you see my fatigue is not high. It's just I'm tired. I need to sleep. And I haven't been able to do that yet. They're your inventory? Oh, they're under the trees. Yep. So again, those trees there. So if I move... Oops, I can't move that way. I think they're all right here. Let's see. G. Yeah, I have 32 spruce twigs here. So let's go ahead and get them all. Well, we only need 20. So space number 20. I need 20 is what I need. Okay. So now if I look, I don't need these 33 branches. I can drop those. In fact, let's go ahead and move over here by our fire. Let's go ahead and move right here. Let's go ahead and drop the 33 branches. Get rid of some of this weight on us. And as you'll see, I have a penalty here for how much weight I'm carrying. Once I drop these 33 branches, my penalty should go down a little bit. So I'm going to select those. I'm going to drop all of them. Enter. Done. Proceed with selected. As soon as I hit space here, watch my penalty drop. And 6 to 5. You know, that's going to help. And again, this penalty that you have, total penalty, is going to affect everything that you do and give you a higher chance of success. So now I'm going to move up here. I'm going to go ahead and get one. I only need one of these, I think. Okay. You pick up one slender tree trunk. Now I have everything I need, I believe, to make my shelter. I'm going to make it to the above me. Yep, I have everything I need. I have a cutting weapon, I have a slender trunk, and I have spruce twigs. Go ahead and hit space. Let's hope I don't fail after all that. Because I need to go out searching for food for sure. I need to get this shelter built. You're too tired to stay on your feet. You're too tired to continue. I'm going to go ahead and try to sleep with Shift Z. Again, I wake up to the rain. The weather here is not cooperating. You can kind of see the rain here. And I don't know. Can't sleep outside in the rain. Let's go ahead and rest, I guess. Everett restful. The rain ceases. Here we go. Now maybe we can sleep. So let's hit Shift Z and let's try to get some sleep. Oh no, it starts to rain. You think you saw something move in the distance? But now it's raining again. And oh boy. Let's go ahead and get you to get up. But looky here. I actually got my shelter built. So, or maybe it's not all the way built yet. Maybe it's just a shadow. Let's look at X. Look at it. You see a half-finished shelter. So again, I need to finish making that. I assume I can go ahead and hit Shift M there. Building. Do the same thing. Move it up, and I should finish it. Okay, so all that says I need. So I have all the items already laid out. I just need to finish making it. That's why it doesn't show the items needed checked here. They're already out there. I just need my cutting weapon to finish. So let's go ahead and hit space. There we go. Now we finished the job. You saw it start from the halfway done job. And now you can see it's not quite so gray. It's actually green. And I should have a shelter. You finished the current job. Hand axe is the right tool, but suffers from your quality. If I look at X, I look at it. I just see basically a shelter. So we're getting hungry and thirsty. I don't know if you can melt snow. I mean, pretty much common sense applies. I would think that you should be able to, you know, melt snow and drink it and everything like that. But let's go ahead and eat again, I guess. I'm running out of food here quick. And I need to find something to escape. Let's go ahead and zoom out here. And I think all this is like frozen lake. I'm not sure. Let's zoom out. Control minus. Now if I hit C, you're not allowed to do that. Let's see. What was it again where I saw the F6? That's what it was. I remember now. Starting to remember more of this. So now we see Toggle map markers, edit markers, toggle cultural regency. This isn't exactly what I saw before, but shelter. Okay, so you can see right here that now on the map, anyway, if I go around and I get lost, I can at least kind of see my shelter from where I'm at. So if I hit escape, and let's go ahead and escape out of that. I'm hot, I'm tired. Let's see if we can't find some water. It's one of the tasks I have to do in this thing anyway, is finding water. It's early morning. Need to look for blue, basically. And I got carrying a lot of weight. I probably should have dropped some of the stuff that I had so that I didn't have such a penalty, because it's also making me get fatigued faster carrying around all this crap. But, oh well. Oh, look at that. Look at that. What is that? What is that? Can we go into... Can we see it if we go here? It was down below us. Let's see if we can see it here. All the trees blocking us. I don't know if that was a wolf or what. It might have been a deer. I don't know what it was. I haven't actually found any animal yet in this game. And look at this. I can't even get through all this stuff. Trees are so thick here. Whatever it was is probably long gone now. So here, when you kind of zoom into the world, you kind of have to go around all these trees and stuff like that, as opposed to zooming out. You don't have to worry about this as much. So after I thought about it, would it have been better to build things in the forest? It could have been. Same thing goes for hunger and nutrition. You won't die for being very hungry. It will take a while for your nutrition to go all the way down from to starving to death. Pretty realistic. Yeah, that does make sense, G, for sure. Let's go ahead and continue moving here. I'm looking for water. I really... Look at how thirsty I am. Thirst is something that will kill you pretty quickly, though, I believe. I mean, if you think about realistically in the real world, too, you're going to... you are craving for water. You crawl. So I am now... I'm so thirsty, I'm crawling. This is not good. You're hungry as a bear. You're craving water. You lay down and fall asleep. This isn't good at all. So let's take a look and see where I'm at now. Okay, there we go. I'm on a open mire. Would I not be able to drink here? Let's hit Q and see what happens here. Let's see if I can get up. Q. Make a hole in the ice? Yes. Definitely. Okay. Make a hole in the ice. I will make a hole right here. That's not ice. Where is it? Where's the ice then? Control plus. Okay, I evidently have to, now that I'm in this mode, I have to look around for the ice. I'm not there yet. What is this? I don't know what this is. Maybe this is ice? Looks brown, though. Oh, that's a berry shrub here. Okay. G? Nice berry shrub here isn't ripe for harvesting yet. Perfect. Berries would probably give me some nutrition as well. But G? Nope. I don't know if this brown section is where I can... I don't think so. See, I haven't ever seen this before, so... Q. Yes. What direction? Sure, right there. To do this, you need the following equipment, materials, weapon to break the ice. You have all the necessary equipment, so you just want to look for a darker area, I guess. Okay. There we go. Make a hole in the ice. You're too tired to stay on your feet. I fell down again, but I did make a hole in the ice. So let's get up again. And let's go ahead and hit Q. Drink from the natural source. Yes. There we go. Now, what happened? Water. Oh, okay. I thought I died. I thought it took me to a death screen there, but it says task completed. This is my task screen. You can stay alive without food for weeks, but unless you have water, you will die of dehydration in days. Yeah, it took me to the screen. I thought I died right before I drank enough or something, but thankfully I'm okay. Congratulations, you've successfully completed this task, and all these different tasks here can be completed to kind of show you how to do all these things. Get a kill, tracking, incarnation, fishing, do it yourself, making a fire, which I've already done. But let's go ahead and hit escape. I think you have to do these in order. I'm not sure. So, oops. I don't know why it keeps going there. Escape. Stay there. Quit. Why does it keep doing this? Oh. A closer look. Picking up. I don't know if it keeps going there because I had a task that I did or what, but there we go. Now it's staying here. All right, so as you can see now, my thirst is gone. Now I just need to eat, and I'm down to my last piece of meat. Now I do have javelins here to actually hunt something down. My hunger is satisfied for now. I really need to find something to kill. I don't see anything here. So I am going to zoom back out, and I'm going to keep walking along like this. Oh my god, I'm tired. Let's go ahead and move back to the ice we were at. I think that was where it was. Hit enter. Yeah. Let's go ahead and try sleeping. I don't think I'm going to be able to, though. This is where I need my shelter. Yeah, you wake up to the rain. Get up. Enter. Probably too tired again, but we're going to try tracking and seeing if we can find an animal. We have javelins. I mean, we made some weapons. The rain decreases. I'm extremely tired. The rain ceases. You need to sleep. Shift Z. You wake up to the rain. Boy, this is a rainy ass forest. Okay, get up. Late evening. And I am looking for some kind of food, but look how hungry I'm getting. I am getting so hungry. So quick. You encounter a foreign trader. Here we go. Space to continue. Man, I can't see because it's so damn dark. Oh, there. Wait a minute. There he is. He's down there. Let's go ahead and hit Control Plus so we can see a little bit better. Oh, he's sleeping. Wow, we could probably kill him. There's one way where we can actually sneak up. Maybe we'll have some food on him. Does it rain in a snow area? When does it rain in a snow area? I don't know, man. You can see this guy's sleeping. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to wake him up. I want to get next to him, and I want to try to kill him maybe. I don't know. I mean, he's sleeping, so let's try to take his stuff. Maybe I've played too many survival games like Rust, but let's go ahead and hit escape. Keyboard controls. One of these ways is to hide. And then I think you can sneak as well or something. I haven't done any of this yet, so... punch, repeat, character profile, I don't need any of that. I think all we do is maybe hit H. Okay, so let's hit H. You begin sneaking, trying to stay hidden and move as quietly as possible. So now let's go ahead and move in this direction. You sneak ahead. I assume I'm still sneaking. Let's see. Let's go ahead and hit S again just to make sure. Oops, that's skill. What was it again to sneak? Oh, hi, H. Duh. Hide. You quit hiding and sneaking. Okay, now I'm hiding again. Okay, so it stays on until you take it off. You sneak ahead. I'm hungry as a bear. I need some food from this guy. Come on, baby. Oh, he woke up. The foreign trader wakes up. Damn. I was hoping to kill him rather than trade with him. I don't have nothing to trade for him. Can you kill predators like wolves? Yeah, you can kill pretty much anything. It's all based on your skill and what kind of weapon you have, and you know, how you go about doing it and everything like that. But yeah, I know you can kill predators. Okay, let's go ahead and move down. Foreign trader seems to notice your hideout. Huh. You quit hiding and sneaking because he noticed me sneaking around. So he's like, what are you doing? What are you sneaking up on me for? Why are you sneaking around? I was just sleeping. So you know he probably suspects something. Oh, he fell back asleep? What? He went back to sleep? How perfect is that? He must have been really tired. More tired than me, huh? All right, let's go ahead and attack now. I'm trying to remember how exactly I attack. What's the best attack? Let's go down here to combat. Attack with first weapon. 1 or 2. Punch. Throw something. I don't think I need to throw it now. I have javelins equipped. I'm going to attack with my first weapon. I'm going to point down. And I'm going to do the point. A death blow is possible, probably because he's sleeping. You try to execute a carefully aimed strike to finish the unconscious victim. So, point. Let's go for the skull here. And there we go. Why he went back to sleep after waking up and hearing me and seeing me sneaking around, that was weird. How he just went back to sleep like that. So, it says here, you try and stab the foreign trader with your javelin. The attack properties of the javelin had decent bonus. So I got a bonus because of the quality of the javelin, basically. It was a decent quality. To the success of your attack, you carry out a perfect thrust. Your javelin strikes hard to his skull. He drops dead in an instant. The foreign trader dies. You hear a swear from the south. Okay, I hear a swear from the south. I don't know what that means exactly. I know I was reading some more about this game, like in the information or whatever, and there is like there's like religions or gods or whatever, and they can get angry with you and take out revenge on you doing, like, it's almost like a karma type of a thing. And like if you find like it says like if you find like an empty shelter or whatever, you should like pray and thank the gods above or whatever for, you know, or ask them permission to enter and stuff like that before doing it, or they can like see it as bad and take out revenge on you. I don't know exactly where I saw that, but I know I saw that like in all the notes and encyclopedia or whatever of the game. There is actual gods that, you know, may punish you for doing stuff like probably what I just did. So I don't know if that's what the swear was. You wouldn't think a god would swear though. But anyway, let's go ahead and look and see what we got here. So there we go. I got 3 smoked stag cuts. So this guy had food on him. A rope, a mace, a round shield, fine crossbow, 21 arrows, leather boots, woolen trousers, woolen undershirt, a fur cloak. Man, we made out. We made out by killing this guy. So let's go ahead and move down. And all these objects here, I'm going to go ahead and get. And I think I'm going to pick up everything here. I'm going to go ahead and, what do you want to pick up? You can select multiple items here. Space down. Okay, so I can pick up all this stuff. Enter all. Leather boots. I'm going to take everything here. Absolutely. Rope. Definitely going to take the food. And I'm not going to take the 132-pound trader. And so I'll go ahead and hit space now that I'm done. I pick up all this stuff. And I completed another task while I was doing that. So go ahead and hit escape to continue the game. And it's going to take me here again because it realizes that I've already made a fire, I think. Hit escape. See if it takes me there again. Oh, look at here. Look at here, guys. Live freely now and see the game course. I have other traders here who probably saw what I did. So we may be in trouble now. We have 2 more traders. These guys might have been... this guy has a blue coat on. Look at these guys. These guys have blue on as well. I think we may be in trouble right here. Let's go ahead and eat because we're starving to death, and that's affecting everything. We're going to eat one of the stolen stag cuts. Okay. Meanwhile, it's plain good smoked stag and happily consumed too. But meanwhile, an aggressive foreign trader approaches. Abort the task. You can see these guys getting closer. So here, I think I'm going to pay for what I just did. G saying, don't eat, run. Quest King says, do you know when this is supposed to take place? I don't know exactly, Quest. I know this is like way long ago, like hundreds or thousands of years ago. I mean, this is like not like current day. So this is like way back in, you know, I don't know. I don't even know what year. But this is a long, long time ago. So, yes, I'm going to abort the task of eating right now. I can live without eating right now. Atman says to fight. I think I need to run. So I'm going to hit yes. I'm going to escape out of that. And now notice here I can hit. I'm walking right now. I believe it's. Let me take a look. I need to go to my keyboard commands. To run is Shift R. So not a little r, but a Shift R. So we need to go into run mode here. Now I'm running. Now I don't want to run this direction. Notice I'm facing the direction of them. I need to take off. They are moving towards me as I'm rotating around. I need to get the hell out of here. Oh, look at this. I've been attacked out of sight. The attack properties of Battle Axe had a good attack bonus to the success of the attack. His Battle Axe strikes hard to your hip. You start to bleed from the hip. The world turns black, and you fall unconscious. You have died. So, my killing that traitor in his sleep, where I've done something like that similar in a previous game, I came across somebody, and they weren't even sleeping, and I attacked them and kicked their ass and took all their crap. Nothing really happened because of that. I guess nobody saw me or whatever. I didn't see these other two traitors that were obviously, you know, part of that guy's group, and they got revenge for me killing that guy in his sleep. That was very cool, and that's just one of the many things you can actually see in this game. One of the many ways, obviously, you can die, but, you know, I probably would have died of hunger. I don't know how much longer I would have lived if I hadn't stolen the meat, but that's what makes this game so interesting. So, that was awesome. I don't think I would have stood a chance if I would have fought it, man. I think they would have kicked my ass. But who knows? I mean, who really knows? They might have, you know, I might have done better off by fighting them. So I hit space to continue. And Zir Kamolian, killed by foreign traitor while unconscious. He faced his end in latter winter during the beginning of the month. Let's see here, while unconscious. Okay, wait, so it says something here about what happened. The land north of Keys became the place of his death. There he fainted after being hit by a foreign traitor. While unconscious, he was hit by the foreign traitor and died from severe injuries. He died at 16 years old, having spent 2 days of adventuring life. So I only survived 2 days. And, yeah, G says he was too fatigued to fight two guys. That was pretty much hopeless. And you are dead. And your remains are left behind. Press key to continue. And I come back here to the start to start over again. That was awesome. I enjoyed that. Even though I died, you know, I'm learning more about the game as I'm playing. I found it very enjoyable. I found the end there, dying like that. I thought it was cool. You know, I'm not mad at all. I thought that was really awesome. So, I think this game's fantastic. I think I'm going to be spending a lot more time with this game, and I'll probably be doing a lot more live streams for you guys as well, especially as I learn more and more about the game. I mean, I just did a live stream last night, my first moments in the game. I did a live stream. And I think I know a lot more about the game today than I even did yesterday. So as I play this game more and more, I'm going to get a lot more knowledgeable, especially to do what to do in these kind of situations like that, hopefully. And be able to survive longer than 2 days. So, G says the combat system is pretty sweet. Try it soon. Yeah, I'll have to try the combat system soon. That'll, you know, fighting guys and stuff like that. I know that I did do combat yesterday against a guy, and he was standing up. And I went into combat, and it shows, like, you know, where do you want to hit him in his face and that kind of thing. And then he was taking a swing at me, and I was taking a swing at him, and we was swinging back and forth. So I've pretty much already done a combat thing, and, you know, you have to dodge them. So, like, when he attacks you, you know, you pretty much have a choice of either to dodge them or to, like, block with, you know, a weapon that you're wielding, you know, or different things. So, pretty awesome. I don't know, man. I have no idea. G might be able to answer that question for you. Play this game long enough, can you die of old age? I'm guessing that you're probably likely to die of many other things before you'll ever get that old, but who knows? But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this live stream up, guys. Thank you for tuning in to me as I kind of flounder with this game and learn more and more about it. Getting through a single winter is hard enough. That's a good question for you, G. I mean, getting through a single winter, I just had a basic shelter. Would that be sufficient for getting through a winter, or would you not likely survive a winter with just a shelter like I had built? I don't know. But like you see, if I try to load save character, I mean, one way that I could have, what I should have done now thinking about it is before I actually took off running, or before I even killed that guy sleeping, I should have saved the game. That way, after I died, I could have reloaded the game right where I was at right before. So that I learned something right there. Before you do any drastic move, like maybe killing somebody or getting in a big fight with somebody, it might be a good idea to save the game. That way, if something bad happens, you can just reload the game from where you were. So that was a mistake on my part. I didn't think about actually saving the game. I could have saved the game and then just loaded the save character and, took it a different route. Maybe try talking to the trader or whatever. So I want to go and thank you guys, for tuning in. And G says, nope, I probably wouldn't have survived with that basic shelter. So you need to build something more than just a basic shelter. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. We'll see you in the next video, or maybe a live stream of this game, or maybe some other game here real soon. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.